Howdy, howdy, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel, The Stone Mandalorian. My name is Cody, or you can call me Stoned or Stone Man, or whatever you prefer. Today we're taking a look at number 17 in the Ahsoka subline. This is Anakin Skywalker, basically like a Clone Wars interpretation, but just a live-action flashback version of Anakin, you can see here. And you can see I did pay 33 bucks for that. I will explain that in just a second, but just giving a quick look at the box. The mirror art, that does not look like Hayden at all. I'm just going to be straight with you. It does not look like Hayden at all. However, the art is good. It does not look like Anakin at all. So then you quick look at the back, legalese on the bottom, barcode and such, all that good stuff. Window in the front, typical Black Series box. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on it, so let's get this thing open and take a closer look. As always, we start out with the accessories here on the channel. You can see we have Anakin's hilt here. Pretty accurate to what he uses for most of the time throughout the Clone Wars. It's basically the same thing that he uses in Episode 3. Slight variation of what you see. Bits and pieces of Vader, bits and pieces of Anakin, but this looks good. Nice red paint and silver paint on the hilt and black, a little bit of black there on the handle. And then you got a really nice, really decent, not as bright as some of the other sabers, but it does have a very nice blue. It catches the light well, but just depending on what's behind it. But it is a good looking blue blade. And here's Anakin here. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on this figure because I have covered this before. I covered the Target exclusive version, which has the hard goods plastic instead of this soft goods. And forgive me, I haven't clipped my nails yet, but they are clean. So with that being said, let's get on into this video, this review. Like I said, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time, but I'll just give you a quick look at the articulation. Butterfly joints, full T, decent cut elbows. You can get right at slightly below 90. Horizontal hinge here on the right hand and a horizontal hinge here on the left hand as well. And the soft goods, same. This is pretty much the same body as the Target exclusive. It's still got the thigh swivel, decent dumbbell ball hinges. You have the double jointed pin knees, get the calf to touch the hamstring, no problem. All the way from the these are the legs off the 2013 Archive Anakin, Revenge of the Sith version. Feet go down about that far. They come up a little fair amount too. And then there's a forward facing pin for a rocker as well. So not too bad. A little bit of kick, a lot of kickback actually. He can kick right out in front of him. This is a good figure. It's just definitely, the proportion wise, there's some iffiness here. The arms are a little bit too long, a little too far past the waist. They should stop like right about here or here, like the end of the hand. That should be like the fingers. But overall, it's cool to get another version of Clone Wars Anakin, especially for people that miss out on that Target exclusive because it was an elusive exclusive. It's really hard to find. And if you weren't collecting that at the time, you're going to pay anywhere from 60 to 80 bucks for that figure. But like I said, this is the same exact mold of the 2013 Revenge of the Sith Anakin, except for the legs and then slightly differently tooled arms from what I believe. And we got the O-ring shoulder system, of course, for the shoulder pads, and then just this soft goods look. It's said all the time. You've probably watched a review, or if you haven't, you've heard some people say the chest piece does look a little high compared to the Target exclusive, which I will grab in just a moment. Also looks like the emblem is a little bit smaller as well, but it's embossed. I think the other version, it's just like painted on, but this has like a nice, it's got like some depth to it. So it's embossed and it's sculpted in and painted. I think the other one is just painted. But overall, still a good figure. I know the 2013 legs is kind of bullshit for this new Ahsoka Anakin. He should have gotten new legs, but to be honest with you, it really doesn't bother me all that bad. I used to really get annoyed at it, but then when I started messing around with my Target exclusive, I realized like it just doesn't really matter that much, man. Like obviously the pins are ugly. We should have gotten some new legs. It is what it is. These are freaking 13-year-old legs at this point in time. But with that being said, I have no problem getting this figure to stand up. It is what it is, man, unfortunately. But this Hayden likeness, I think this is where the real upgrade is. Let's get a close-up look here. It is a soft likeness, but when I look at this, I see Hayden. They did get the scar there, which is really nice across the eye. The photo looks really good. The sculpt of the hair is very nice. The folds. But I really do like this figure quite a bit. And then, like I said, it's a little bit soft, but the Hayden likeness is there, man. I think this is a really good-looking figure, and in my opinion, it's alone for buying a new one. It's the same exact figure. This head sculpt is worth the upgrade and worth the buy, in my opinion. But with that being said, I did want to explain earlier why this figure is why I paid $32.99 for it. Some people are probably like, dude, you fucking idiot, that figure's not worth that. Are you fucking stupid? Why do you even collect? Fuck you, I don't give a fuck. I wanted to support a local comic shop that I go to here in South Carolina, and if I have to pay $6, $7, $8 extra to help support them, I don't mind doing that. I picked this up in hand. I got the experience of it. I was with my wife. I talked to the comic shop owner. It's like I have the whole experience to tie along with this figure rather than just clicking a button and boom, 20, 25, 26.99, whatever it's retailing for. But like I said, I really do think that this figure is worth the upgrade just with the head sculpt alone. And this is a good figure. It's got the ball joint here. This is not a bad figure. Obviously, for what we have nowadays, people just call it bullshit and call it crap. But don't get me wrong, I do wish that we got a new sculpt for Clone Wars Anakin. I don't understand why. It's from Ahsoka. It's Disney, new budget, new media, I should say. So they have a higher budget for new media, Disney product or source material is what I should say. But with that being said, I really feel like Anakin, he's the main character of Star Wars, and he deserved a new sculpt, head to toe. Not just a new head sculpt. He deserved new arms, new legs. It really is, it's annoying. It's a bit of a, I say tragedy loosely. It's tragedy as far as action figure collecting goes in the Black Series. But you get some nice head tie. I didn't even show off the articulation, but you have that double ball neck peg here at the base of the skull and the base of the neck. So you can get all that nice movement. It's really not a bad figure. The articulation on it is going to do everything you need to do. It's going to pose nicely. But let me grab the other Target exclusive. Let's get a closer look at that one and kind of compare the differences here. And while I'm on the topic of new sculpts and new legs, honestly, I kind of would have been a little bummed out had we gotten new legs and then we never got. If they give us new legs and then took away thigh swivel, that kind of would have been a bummer because I really do enjoy thigh swivel on my action figure. I just think it's kind of stupid in my opinion. I say stupid loosely, but I don't like the idea of taking articulation away from an action figure. If anything, you should be adding articulation, but taking away the thigh swivel, I don't know, man. I get it as a piece count thing. It's one less piece they have to make a cut and engineering, yada yada, extra cast or mold, whatever. But you can see here. I don't know if. Tell me, matter of fact, hit me in the comments. Tell me what you prefer. Do you like this soft goods look on the left, or do you like the hard goods plastic skirt, robe, whatever you want to call it, on the right one? So this one here is the Target exclusive, and this is the brand new one from the Ahsoka live action. And you can see just a couple subtle differences here. I kind of like the blue on the Target exclusive blade a little bit more. It's got a little bit more of an opaqueness, whereas the newer Ahsoka one, it's got more of a transparency. And you can also see the emblem on the shoulder pad. The shoulder pads are both smaller, the shoulder pads themselves and the Jedi insignia itself. You can see here on the Target exclusive, it's painted on, and then here on the Ahsoka live action version, it's actually embossed and painted. And you can also see the colors are slightly different. I don't know if it's kind of hard to catch on camera, but in person, the colors on the new one are much more saturated, like the kind of purple violets here and the blues are a lot more saturated, whereas this color on the Target exclusive is a little bit lighter. But one of the things you can see here is just the massive upgrade that you get here with the head sculpt. And I just don't, this looks like Michael Cera or something. This is not Hayden Christensen or Anakin Skywalker. This looks so good, man. And like I said earlier, I just feel like I feel like it's worth the upgrade. I know it's the same exact figure, neck down for the most part. There, obviously, like the shoulder pads are different. The chest armor piece is slightly different. You have the soft goods on here, but you have the same legs, same arms, same abdomen, and a new head sculpt. So I personally think if you're an Anakin fan and you're wanting something else I just noticed is actually the gloves on the Target exclusive are black, and the gloves on the live action Ahsoka are more of a brown color. I just noticed that, so that's interesting. I might have to rewatch that episode of Ahsoka to see. I didn't even realize he had brown gloves. I just always assumed that they were black. But I just like the look of the soft goods. The soft goods don't look bad. I just prefer the hard plastic look here. I just really, really dig that, man. But with that being said, I think I am going to pop this head off of this one and swap it onto this one. I do prefer this look with the hard soft plastic. But that being said, I still feel like this figure is worth getting. Okay, so I was popping these off, and y'all, again, I'll forgive my nails, and the pieces of the neck came out as well as the heads. So when that happens, what you want to do is just get you and just look at the difference of these face sculpts, man. It's crazy. But just get you a pair of pliers and some like a rag or some paper towel and just put it over the pliers so you don't want to indent his throat, his plastic or anything like that. That's kind of dirty, didn't it? But you don't want to like scratch up the sculpt of his throat or anything like that. So you want to wrap it up with a rag or paper towel just to keep it from scuffing. So now you can see I swapped the heads, and I really fuck with how the new head sculpt looks on the old Target exclusive. I think this is how I'm going to display him in my Clone Wars section. But with that being said, I'm still going to keep this newer body. I might throw him somewhere else different in the display. And I mean, I just think it's totally worth the upgrade. I know some people are, and to be honest with you, I was one of the ones bitching about these 2013 legs. I'll admit it. And I still bought this figure. But like I said, I'm kind of glad, looking back, that I would have been more bummed, I think, if we had gotten new legs and we didn't have thigh swivel. And I know I'm probably in the minority here, but I'd rather have these old 2013 legs and keep the thigh swivel than get new legs with no thigh swivel. I know some people are probably like, Stone is waffling right now. I don't know what he's saying, what he's thinking, but that's just how I feel, man. I really like this figure. It's not a bad figure. It's definitely... There's things about it that could be better and could have made it better. But when you start doing dynamic poses like this is when it starts getting a little hairy with how he stands. But overall, man, I really don't have much trouble with, like, some people just constantly bitch about, or I should say bitch, but people are constantly complaining about how he stands. I've never really had that much of an issue. Don't get me wrong, I've had Anakin fall a few times here and there, but not like people make it out to be. They make him sound like he's a B1 battle droid or something. If you have those figures, you know those are notorious and for falling, and just the skinny legs do not support its weight. But with that being said, man, I really do like this figure a whole lot. I probably should have thrown it on the 360-degree table, but you pretty much get the gist here. There's some slightly variations, obviously the soft goods, little bits of different retooled and sculpting, new chest piece, new chest armor, new shoulder pads, new head sculpt, of course. But even though the legs are dated, I still really like this figure, and I know I've already said it numerous times in this review, but buying this new version, or I say new, it's the same, but it's got things added to it. For this new head sculpt, man, I just think it's totally worth the price, or worth having, I should say. Maybe not the price. It sucks that they're making us spend $24.99 for the same exact body that this was on. I believe the Target exclusive came out in 2019 or 2020, maybe even 21. But it's a bit of a bummer, and I'm aggravated about it. But I'm not going to let it keep me from buying a figure that I could potentially enjoy. And it just is what it is. And I hope anybody else who got this enjoyed it. And if you didn't, put it in the bin or give it to your cousin or sell it to somebody else who's going to enjoy it, I guess. But I think I'm going to keep both of these versions. This one right here, though, dude, I love the way this looks. It's one of those weird instances where the older one kind of, in my opinion, the older one kind of stands the test of time. I just really like the look of the hard, soft plastic, or the hard goods, as some people call it. And then I really like this blue blade. I really like the color and the shade of blue of the old Target exclusive blade versus the new live-action Ahsoka blade. Like I said earlier, this one has more of a transparency. It still catches the light decent, but this one here has a little more of an opaque look rather than transparent. And I really kind of like that opaque look a little bit more. But with that being said, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. I hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, smash that motherfucking like button. I'd greatly appreciate it. If you're in a position to support my channel, I do have channel memberships. I have a couple different tiers if you want to check those out, but it's not necessary at all. Just hanging out the live streams, liking, commenting, subscribing, all that good YouTube stuff is more than enough, and I'm extremely appreciative for just that alone. But like I said, if you're in a position, it's greatly appreciated. But if not, just keep coming by and saying hey, keep watching the videos. I hope you all enjoy them. I know quite a few people do, and that's another fulfilling part of doing these. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. Highly recommend picking up this figure. I think it's worth the upgrade for this new head sculpt. Having a lot of fun collecting the line. I think it's in a really good place, but I hope you're all having a great day now whenever you're watching this. May the Force be with you.